Welcome back to Voyager. We were about to begin studying the device you recovered from Gall's communication center. Since you have spearheaded much of our efforts here, I would like you to take the lead once again. Captain Kim and 7 of 9 are at your disposal. Talk with them if you need more help deciphering the device. When you finish your analysis, return to me for further orders. I will be here in the transporter room to see you off.
Glad you're here. We transported the device to engineering here so we could run all the scans and tests we could think of. The first thing we need to do is determine how it's communicating. We can't find any normal transmissions from it, but we're hoping you have some new ideas to bring to the table. The device communicates with subspace. We should have guessed that. Now comes the hard part. We need to access the device's memory core. The engineering team here on Voyager is good, and I've heard your team is top-notch, but it might take more time than we have for either team to make a full analysis. We should have both teams give you their opinions on the device. If we work together, hopefully we can make a breakthrough. You'll need to set switches on the device until we get solid readings. We'll be able to tell if switches are in the correct position, but not which switches. Good luck. The engineers tell me there is only one switch in the correct orientation. Unfortunately, we can't determine which switch it is. Let me know when you think we have a better orientation, and they'll check again. The engineering teams are reading big zeros across the... Sir, I've consulted with both the engineers here on Voyager and your chief engineer. I am seeing green across the board. All the switches are in the correct position, and we now have access to the primary memory core of the device. Unfortunately, we're only halfway there. Now we need to access the secondary memory core to get full access to the data we need. The engineers tell me there is only one switch in the correct orientation. The engineering teams tell me two of the switches are in... The engineers tell me there is only... Looks like you did it again. All the switches are in the correct position, and we now have full access to the memory core of the device. 7 of 9 should be of assistance in accessing the memory banks of that device. She's in astrometrics, attempting to get a fix on the location of who, or what, is receiving these transmissions.
We have access to the databanks of the device. Very efficient work. From the data we have received so far, we will be able to pinpoint the exact transmission coordinates. However, it is possible that doing so may alert whomever is on the other end that we have reverse-engineered their technology. There are 3 likely ways to get at the information. I suggest further analysis to determine the best course of action.
Fascinating. Excellent work. With this location, we may be able to finally reveal who gave the Vaadwaur their advanced technology, and why the neuroparasites appeared again, and this time and place. Commander Jirok of the Romulan Republic has requested to join you on this operation. Her own analysis of the device has shown that the Romulans have had some contact with the creators of this device, a race known as the Ilachi. She will meet you in subspace at the given coordinates. Finally, Voyager's emergency medical hologram, the Doctor, will be assigned to your crew. His knowledge of the Delta Quadrant races may prove invaluable. He's not much of a combatant, but should prove useful.
Hello again.
Greetings. This is Commander Jirok of the RRW Lisette. When we learned that the Ilachi were involved, I requested to shadow you on this mission. I know your experience with the Ilachi is limited. The Romulan Republic, however, has an extensive history with this race. Alright, we'll follow your lead here. We're seeing 3 patrol groups. Recommend we eliminate them before we board the station. Another Ilachi ship is here to defend the outpost.
Good. You found a breathing apparatus. That should take care of that nasty cough.
I was thinking we should split up and cover as much of the facility as we can, unless you have a better idea.
This is obviously an Alachi facility. What I know about them comes from the Romulan Republic's databases, but I should be able to learn more as we examine this location. The air here is suitable for the Alachi, which means that you may find breathing difficult. I, of course, do not have that problem. If you have an environmental suit, or even some sort of rebreather, you will be fine. If you don't, keep an eye out for something that could help filter out the toxins. These are Solanae tables. I read the Enterprise news reports about them. These are definitely Solanae tables, which, if I'm correct, and I always am, is the same race you dealt with after using the Iconian Gateway on New Romulus. The Solanae kidnap victims through subspace for their brutal experiments. If they are somehow connected to the Alachi and the Vaadwaur, this is beginning to make more sense. If I had to guess, there must be a stasis room nearby. We should find it and rescue anyone in there who can still be saved. It looks as if they are converting their captives into more Alachi. If my readings are correct, there are several individuals here who have only just begun the conversion process. We can save them if we beam them back to your ship. Transport this Talaxian directly to sickbay. We're transporting you to a Romulan ship in orbit. You're going to be fine. Ahazari. Stay calm. We'll get you the medical attention you need. This is no way for a proud Klingon warrior to go out. We'll patch him up immediately. You'll be back on duty before you know it. One to beam up. A Kazon? Even the Borg won't assimilate a Kazon. Everything will be fine, Mr. Duray. We'll beam you directly to sickbay. Well, the Solanae are definitely involved. I believe I have everything I need from this area. We need to keep moving if we hope to meet up with Commander Jarak. The door is unlocked now. We should keep going.
Whoever it was, they used our arrival as the distraction they needed to make their move. I'll keep looking for more information, but I hope the escapees are friendly.
A prison break? Maybe I should go back to the ship. Neural parasites. This must be where the Vaadwaur were implanted with those mind-controlling bugs. Neural parasites. Just as I suspected. Did you know that several Starfleet officers were infected by these in the mid-2360s? The Enterprise logs from that era are fascinating reading if you ever have a few dozen hours to spare. If Ghaul and the infected Vaadwaur were communicating with this station, it stands to reason that this may be the facility where the bluegill implantation takes place. We should definitely investigate further. If we can find the implantation room, then I should be able to analyze their equipment and gather more information. I don't believe it. The empirical evidence is right in front of me, but I'm actually having difficulty processing this information. This tech, this whole facility. It's Iconian. There are variations on the norm, of course, because of the Solanae and Alachi influence, but I see distinct signs of their presence throughout the facility. The Iconians, as we know them, rarely reveal themselves. The only known interaction with an Iconian in modern history took place on Kronos, when... Wait, you were there! I don't need to explain that situation again. As I was saying, the Iconians don't like to act directly. They use servitor races, like the Alachi and the Solanae, to cause chaos in their name. And the neural parasites, they've bioengineered. Rather like the founders created the Gem Hadar, but sophisticated enough to control another species, and with much less free will. The parasites are a weapon. When Voyager revived the Vaadwaur, their technology was outdated compared to what other powers in the Delta Quadrant had at that time. Even the Kazon outdid them. But now, Vaadwaur technology is cutting edge. The only way they could have advanced so far, so fast, was by allying themselves with someone else, with the Iconians. The Vaadwaur got their tech upgrades from them, but they also got the neural parasites. The parasites gave the Vaadwaur power, but they gave the Iconians control. They were ultimately the ones pulling the strings. This entire war has been against an enemy we didn't even see. This is more like a factory than a laboratory. Some of this technology is ancient, but it's quite advanced. These parasites aren't a natural species at all. They look engineered.
were catching up with the escapees, and they might be from the Alpha Quadrant. We found a dead Romulan in prisoner garb. He was part of the breakout, but I don't know if he was part of the Republic or loyal to the Tal Shiar. Keep an eye out. The prisoners are headed in your direction.
Maybe we should avoid any potential contact with the prisoner? I think I've seen enough combat for today.
How fortuitous. I thought I'd have to find a way off this station alone. More Alachi. I don't think the Iconians want me to leave. Their tenacity is almost admirable.
Looks like you could use a hand.
And now we have their leader's attention.
Seele! I should kill you where you stand. It will be justice for all the lives you've destroyed.
And if you do, you'll never learn about the Iconians. I've been here for months. I've seen enough to know you need my help.
Fine, you interrogate her. I might get a little carried away. But she returns with me to the Lisette when you're finished here. Seele is a prisoner of the Romulan Republic. Your government can go through official channels if they want to talk to her.
You and this Seele person seem to have some history. I'll leave you to speak to her.
Not so fast. You have the weapons, but I have the information. If you want to learn what I know, you'll need to keep those Romulan rebels under control. You've stumbled into something much greater than you're prepared to handle. I'm the best ally you have. I assume you already know where you are. Both the Alachi and the Solanae serve the Iconians. The Alachi are their warriors, and the Solanae are their scientists. They're the ones who created those creatures implanted into the Vaadwaur. Hakiv joined the Iconians out of faith. He thought the Iconians would create an empire he could rule. That did not go as planned. This time the Iconians wanted to control their puppets. When the Vaadwaur asked for strength to defeat their enemies, the Iconians gave them the parasites. The Vaadwaur had strength, but also strings. Strings that have now been cut. I'm sure you had something to do with that. All three of you working together? The world has changed in my absence. Or were the Vaudois that much of a threat to the Alpha Quadrant? That explains some things. I'd love an escort back to the world at large, but I have a feeling you have some questions first. Will I be taken into your custody, or will I be left to Tiaru's tender mercies? Very well. It's not like I have a choice in the matter, do I?
We have Empress Sela in our brig. When she was taken by the Iconians last year, many of my people thought she would get away with her heinous crimes against the galaxy. With her in my brig, I am happy to know that is no longer a possibility. Of course, I understand that the Romulan Republic's claim on her is not unique. Her crimes are against all of the Alpha Quadrant. To that end, I will ensure that she be made available to all the Alliance leaders for interrogation and debriefing.
Well, that wasn't exactly what I'd call a walk in the park. At least we know exactly how the Iconians were controlling the Vaudois. And you've certainly put a crimp in their plans. On the upside, as a photonic life form, I'm immune to any attempts at subversion by neural parasites. I'll see to the care of the captives we rescued. In the meantime, it sounds like you and the Romulan Republic Command have a lot to talk about. Sela certainly has a story to tell. But should we believe all of it? I'll put a bug in Admiral Janeway's ear about the situation. That was a joke, by the way. You're going to be busy. Don't overdo... Oh, who am I kidding? Command officers never take their doctor's advice. Just remember that you're not in this alone. Good luck. I suspect things are starting to get interesting.
There's something interesting I'd like you to look into.
We have a situation on Kabali Prime. You and I were both asked by name to help. All that I've been told is that the Vaudois have launched a large offensive and have retaken the area in front of their temple, the place where they keep unconscious Vaudois stored. They need our help to retake the area, though I have a feeling something else is going on. Can you help with the situation? The breach is widening. I've got to close this now. Almost there. I just need a minute to...
Harry! Harry! Not my hand!
Can't reach. I'm slipping. Vaadwaur are making a new push into the system, and we could use your help. The Rhode Island is assisting the new Kabali flagship Samsar, but you know the Vaadwaur. They're relentless. Brace yourselves.
Contact with the temple, and several hours later a large Vaadwaur fleet attacked. However, I'm still not sure if the Vaadwaur have entered the temple. If they have, they may already be reactivating their soldiers in stasis. We're safe here, for now, but the battle on the ground continues. No one can enter the temple, and the Vaadwaur are seizing control of the surrounding area.
Sounds like a plan. I've located a safe area in the trenches for transport. My team and I will go down first and secure the area. See you there. Voyager is currently on a high-priority operation in Vaadwaur-controlled space. Any comm chatter could give away their position. Whatever they're doing, Tuvok says it's important, but that's all I know.
My officers and I will join you. The Samsar will return to the dock with a small repair team, but I'm sending the majority of my crew to the city. We cannot allow the Vaadwaur to take control of it as well. Our flagship will be of no use to us if the planet is lost.
The Kabali forces are spread thin, and the Vaadwaur are making a push toward the temple. If I may, I have a suggestion for our plan of attack. Hanshin Jatanian and his team will attack the outer area of the trenches, making their way to the temple. My away team will move to the opposite end of the trenches and support the remaining Kabali soldiers there. While they're holding the flanks, your team and I will push through the center and strike the Vaadwaur in the temple courtyard. Your thought?
None. My team is eager to prove themselves. You and your allies have set quite an example for us to live up to. We'll support the forces at the other end of the trenches and then make our way to the temple. Hopefully, we'll be able to meet up with you before the final assault.
The Romulans lost the point ahead. Help me push forward and retake it. We should repair these turrets. More fun will be coming.
Here they come. Take out that drop pod. Clear here. Let's keep moving.
Let's
Take them down!
Take out that Vaadwaur drop pod, and then keep moving. We're almost there.
Our scouts report that the temple is heavily defended. We still have some Vaadwaur attacking our flanks, but my soldiers insist they can keep them occupied long enough for us to retake the temple. Are you ready for the final push? There are other areas of the trenches in need of aid. My team and I could go help them while Captain Kim and his team stay with you. Or, if you think you can assault the temple alone, Captain Kim will rendezvous with his officers as well. However, I highly recommend you bring all of us in for your attack on the temple. Are you sure you want to try to retake the temple alone?
The temple is secure, and the doors are still locked, which means the Vaadwaur didn't break in. Let's see. Okay. I've seen this sort of algorithm before. I'll have the door open in no time. After that, we can figure out what happened to the temple's security system. It shouldn't have done this.
I don't deny that we'll need support. My team is one of the few still intact. Captain Kim's away team should meet up with us soon, but we don't know what kind of numbers we'll be up against. However, the temple itself should be free of Vaadwaur. If I may suggest, perhaps only you and Captain Kim should enter, and your officers can stay here and help us hold the area.
At least all the Vaadwaur here are in stasis pods. Let's take a look around. I want to know why the Kabali lost control of their security systems. That's not right. According to these readings, the occupant of this pod was me? But the name on it is Ket. Must be a computer glitch. Could be a symptom of a bigger problem, but whoever was in this pod is gone now. Looks like it was open before the problem started. Hold on. I'll access the temple security footage. Maybe that can show us something. That's me. But from over 30 years ago. What in the world?
Stay back! Are you with the Vidians? What do you want from me?
Ketan, you have to calm down. My name is Jet Laya. I'm here to help you.
That's not my name! Where am I? Where is Voyager? I need to contact my ship.
Wait! Come back!
Jitlaya? And me? Hold on. There's more security footage. This is the last thing that was recorded.
Voyager, this is Ensign Harry Kim. If you get this message, I'm in an unknown alien prison. I've escaped my captors and I'm looking for a way out. I'll send another message with my coordinates as soon as I can. Come find me.
That was me. From over 30 years ago, in my old Voyager uniform. And they're turning him, into a Kabali. They knew. This whole time I've been here, they knew. And Lindsay, Jitlaya, she knew. I know I've had a difficult time accepting the Kabali, but they keep too many secrets. They should have told me. Told us about this. I'll be okay. A little shaken up, but Captain Janeway once told me, we're Starfleet officers. Weird is what we do. And this certainly applies. From what we saw on the security footage, it looks like the other me has taken control of the entire base. That's not too surprising. Not only does he have all the knowledge of a Starfleet officer, the rebirth process transformed his brain. The Kabali's 6-lobed brains give them natural abilities in mathematics, physics, wave phenomena, everything he'd need to know to do this. He's still wearing his comm badge, though. I can tap into it. You should try talking. Not yet. He's already scared and confused. Seeing me before he gets his bearings, it will just make things worse.
Starfleet! Wait, I don't recognize you. You're not from Voyager. And your uniform? This is a trick. I don't know who you really are, but stay away from me. I don't want any trouble. I'm just trying to get back to my ship. You can tell whoever you're working for that Captain Janeway's coming back for me. She won't leave anyone behind.
He's severed the comm link, but I've got a lock on his coordinates. He's deep in the base, down in the old Vaadwaur tunnels that even the Kabali don't enter very often. And he's locked down all the main corridors that lead to his location. There's a way, though. There's emergency climbing equipment here. The Kabali put it in a few months ago in case they lost power during the Vaadwaur attacks. We could use it to cross the chasm and get closer to where he is. I'll be right behind you. But it's time to see if I can talk some sense into the other me. He wants to contact Voyager, but if he does, he'll reveal their position. Unless we stop him, Harry either ruins Voyager's mission and possibly gets them killed or captured, or he finds a ship, sets a course for their coordinates, and gets blasted by the Vaadwaur. I know you're confused, but you have to trust us.
What is this? Another me? You expect me to trust a shapeshifter? Stay back! I'm warning you!
The circuits are completely fried. Let's find another door. He's trying to override it again. Give me a second. Let's keep going. Looks like he's modified the empty stasis pods to send out bursts of electricity. Tricky. I might be able to slow it down from here, but we can't stop what he's done without access to the main console, which is on the other side of the room. I'll stay here and do what I can to delay the bursts, but you'll have to get past them to shut them down. Now, let's see. Got it. You'll need to move through when they're in their disabled state.
Who are you? Why do you keep trying to stop me getting back to my ship?
I'm Hugh. Harry, this isn't going to be easy to explain.
Liar! You can't be me!
I'm your quantum dupe. Remember the power failures? The proton bursts? There were 2 Voyagers.
2 Voyagers? Yeah, right. How would that happen?
It was the spatial city. Think, Harry. You know it's theoretically possible.
Maybe, but that doesn't explain why I'm here, or why you don't want me to get back to Voyager.
It's been 32 years, Harry. You died.
I don't feel dead.
The Kabali brought you back. But to do so, they had to change your DNA. Make you Kabali.
Liar! You can't just change someone like that. It's not possible.
I didn't think it was possible either. But it is.
So I died and got better, and you... what? Took over my life?
In a manner of speaking, but it was my life too. Good work. We should keep moving.
Harry!
Chetlaya,
Are you okay? How did...
General Cunell said there wouldn't be any more secrets.
I'm okay. Harry, I didn't know they'd send you.
How long did you know?
Harry, I don't think this is the time.
How long did you know?
I didn't know when I was on Voyager, if that's what you're asking. We need to stop Ketan. He locked the rest of my team away. They're safe, but trapped. We're the only ones who can help him.
It's good to finally meet you. My people are in your debt. We need to move fast. Ketan's not in his right mind. The rebirth process can be difficult under the best conditions, and I don't know. Maybe humans resist the process more than other species. It took me a long time to accept what I was. Yes, he doesn't know what happened. I tried to tell him, but he still thinks it's 32 years ago, Voyager is lost in the Delta Quadrant, and we're in league with the Vidians. He's desperate to get home. When Ketan started tampering with the security devices, he tripped an alert that was sent to the Vaadwaur. They think their soldiers are waking up, which is why they're so desperate to get inside. He's putting us all at risk. We need to help him. Action item 238. Resurrect your best friend and give him a second chance for a long life.
It's not working out so well, is it? I'm not familiar with everything in this area. We rarely go down this deep. There are still Vaadwaur traps here that make exploration dangerous. However, as far as we understand, this facility was intended as a final shelter for the Vaadwaur. It would make sense that they would have had a way to contact the outside world. But if Ketan finds a communication device and uses it to contact Voyager, the Vaadwaur will hear his message too.
Ketan is a danger to himself and to Voyager. If he succeeds in this gambit and contacts Voyager, he'll draw every Vaadwaur in the sector to their coordinates. I can't allow that. We have to stop him. He's putting Tuvok and his crew in danger.
Just let me get back to Voyager!
It looks like this used to be a server room of sorts. But it's not like one I've seen before. All this is computer storage. And it's massive. 900-year-old Vaadwaur technology. It's a lot different from anything we have back home. And he's using this to completely block us out. Terrific. There doesn't seem to be a way around this. I'm sure Jedliah and I can figure out something, given enough time. But if I was on the other side of this, and I am, I'd be trying to stop anyone from moving these. There has to be some sort of reset command. But with our luck, it's on the far side of the maze. Jedliah and I will keep Ketan from blocking you in. But you'll need to get through this and reset the servers so they return to their start position. Think I can make you a door? Wait here. You're good to go. I'll monitor the area from here.
I'm sorry this is how we had to meet again, Harry.
That makes two of us. You should have told me.
Finally, I found someone! I got separated from everyone when all the craziness started, and I was trying to find my way to a comm
And if
panel
we
to call
had,
for help
what would
when
you
this
have done?
maze just rose up around me. Now I have no idea what to do. Thank you. And I know this is a terrible way to meet a potential
But I had the right
captain,
to know you had a
but
copy
do you
of me in
have
cold
any spaces
storage.
available on board your ship? General Cunell is planning an officer exchange program.
Are you saying
and I'm
he
one of
doesn't
the
have
first
the right
recruits.
to rebirth?
We want to learn from the Alliance, as well as thank you for all you've done for our world. I'd be honored if you allow me to join your crew. As soon as I find my way out of here, of course.
This is all a lot to take in at once.
I know it is. Imagine how Ketan feels.
I have a good idea. Confused, angry, isolated.
Ketan died trying to save Voyager, and it happened so quickly, he doesn't even realize what happened.
He understood the risks, and he accepted them.
Did he really? Think about the man you were then.
Joining Starfleet comes with certain duties. I understood that then, and I do now.
I seem to remember a kid who was as scared as I was. All we wanted was to get home.
Yeah, I was scared back then. I missed my family. But I did what I had to do to get back to them.
You got back home, Harry. You did what you had to do. Ketan didn't get that chance.
And I'm sorry for him. But is this better?
He has a new life. Ketan can be anything or go anywhere he wants now.
As a Kabali, he's not who he was anymore.
And is that a worse option than being dead?
No, of course not. But I should have been able to choose. It's not working. But if I do this, maybe I can buy some time. We have him. Ketan, cornered. Without those platforms, though, we have no way to reach him. It's insane. He's manipulating these old defense systems like he's in a Captain Proton Hollow.
We have command codes that allow us to interface with the older Vaadwaur technology. We've never seen the need to replace systems that still work. But it looks like Ketan has made some modifications. I'll need to override his changes. The best I can do right now is to expose the central power cores behind each platform.
Yes, it does. Ketan will be monitoring for any changes in the platform's functionality. But I can modify the central power cores to react to energy weapons. If you shoot the cores, you'll be able to power up the platforms and force them open. But you'll only have a short window before he resets them. If we want to do this, Jedliah and I will stay here to keep trying to seize control of the network back from Ketan. And there's still that matter of the field protecting him. When the Kabali first found this room, the old Vaadwaur EPS systems were too degraded to handle all the power. They installed regulators throughout the area as a stopgap measure until they could replace the conduits. Basically, it meant that even if one conduit failed, the network would stay active. Those regulators are still in place, and we can use them to get to Ketan. Jedliah has command codes we can use to overload the regulators. The chain overload will generate a wave of power that will build until it overloads the generators Ketan is using to maintain the field protecting him. Get these codes into 4 of the consoles and it will short out the field. Once he's distracted, Jedliah and I can reset the platforms to their normal state. One last thing. Jedliah and I can run this program 3 different ways. The one that would buy you the most time before the platforms are reduced also takes the most of our attention. There's also a balanced option, or, if you don't like either of those, I can spend most of my time trying to counter Ketan's plans. What do you want us to do? Whatever we choose will determine how difficult it will be for you going forward. Are you certain you want us to focus our efforts on keeping the platforms operational? This will give you about 8 seconds after you activate the platforms before Ketan deactivates them. Give us a few more seconds. The cores are exposed. It's your move now.
What are you doing? Are those command codes? Oh, interesting.
He's trying to access data on the new flagship. I'll keep an eye on him.
That's it. Keep giving me the codes.
Whatever you're thinking of trying, don't. We're almost there.
You keep saying that, but I'm still here.
Stand down before this gets any worse.
Worse? How can it get worse?
I don't want anyone to get hurt.
And I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want my life back!
Don't do anything you're going to regret. You're too late. I'm getting back to Voyager, no matter what. This is bad. Ketan used Jedlia's command codes to access the Kabali flagship in orbit and transport himself to the bridge. Not only that, but he has Voyager's coordinates. If he goes there, the Vaadwaur will see it as an act of war. We'll lose Ketan, the Kabali flagship, and probably Voyager too. Exactly. We have to stop that ship.
I'm coming too. I helped find Ketan's body. I've watched over him during the rebirth process. It's my responsibility to help him now. Please, you must let me do this. I need to fix the mistakes I've made.
I told you to stay away! Why won't you listen? I'm going to find Voyager, and I won't let you stop me. I can arm this ship. Don't make me do it. I don't want to hurt you, but I will if you keep trying to stop me from getting back to Voyager. You're not giving me a choice. Computer, arm all weapons and fire! He's gone to war.
second or two and then went to warp. This is not good. He's set a course for Voyager. His warp drive's damaged, though. He's only going warp 6, and I don't think he can push the engines any harder. Not without an engineering team. I know we can catch him. Then we just have to convince him to stop.
Give me one good reason why I can't contact Voyager. They're not on any secret mission in enemy territory. I found them. They're in something called Krenim space. I don't even know who the Krenim are. Voyager is trying to get home, just like me. Quit trying to confuse me. I know what year it is. I know who my captain is.
Ketten's not responding to hails, but I think if I use the deflector dish to emit a pulse tachyon beam, I can disrupt his engines and force him out of warp. But he's going to be expecting something like that, which is why I'll distract him with a bit of a light show while you send the real thing from your ship. He's out of warp and arming weapons. Get ready. I'm sending you the transporter coordinates for the Samsar's bridge.
Prey, you are in Hirogen space, and that is an interesting ship. Ah, the new Kobali battleship. We have heard rumors about the corpse collectors and their new toys. But this is Hirogen space. Leave now and leave the ship as a trophy. We'll see how well it performs in a hunt. The Alliance is the only reason we did not open fire the moment we detected you. You should have left when I was feeling generous.
Sensors are showing the repair teams are trapped in several rooms on board, but they are otherwise unharmed. Ketten's on the bridge alone. If I could talk to him, maybe I could convince him to come back home. There's no one who understands all he's going through like I do. Ketten's already been reborn. He is Kobali. If he doesn't come with us, he'll be alone. Whatever memories he has of his old life will continue to fracture and fade. Who's going to take him then? Would you? Does he belong back on Earth, a world he won't even remember? We're his family. We'll accept him no matter what. And that will be his decision to make. My father found me when I was lost and confused and trying to fit into a life on Voyager that wasn't mine anymore. He helped me understand what it is to be Kobali. I'm going to try to do that for Ketten. He thinks we're monsters, but we're not. We love him so much. We wanted him to be a part of our lives.
I'm going to. I have to see Ketten face to face. It's time to talk this out.
Maybe you should talk to him first. Try to calm him down. He's not in the mood to listen to Harry or me.
Why are you trying so hard to keep me from getting home? I don't even understand what's going on anymore. Why do I look like this? Like them? I saw the stardate. What happened? How do I get back to Voyager? To my time? How do I get back to my life? I died? I can't remember. Why can't I remember? You're taking my memories from me. I won't forget. I can't forget Voyager. I cannot forget my friends. Ketan, you have to stop this. If you contact Voyager, I'm done listening to you. I just want to go home. I want my life back. The life you stole from me.
I understand. I wanted to be Ensign Lindsay Ballard. I loved my life, my friends, you. And then I died, and that life was gone. I tried to get it back, but I would have been living a lie.
So I should just give up who I am?
No, I'm saying that life ended. But now you have a chance to live a new one. I'm gonna be with you every step of the way. Action item 478. Help my best friend own the day. Every day.
Even with everything I've done.
Forgiven. We don't hold grudges against family.
I can't tell you what to do, Ketan. But the Kabali will be there for you. And I'll do whatever I can to help. Would you tell me what happened? Voyager, and how you got home. About Mom and Dad and Libby. I think I want to know. Of course I can.
Thank you for your help. Ketan's going to have a new life with us. A long and happy one where he can be whoever he wants to be. My people have been outsiders for so long. The other species don't understand us or what we have to do to survive. We want to reach out to them, be a part of the Quadrant again. If Ketan decides he wants to leave Kabali Prime at some point, that's his choice. He can even rejoin Starfleet, but we will always be his family.
I'm happy for Ketan. He gets a second chance at life. A different one than what he had planned, but that's the way life is. When I graduated from the academy, I never thought I'd spend 7 years lost in the Delta Quadrant. Didn't think it would take me as long as it did to get my own command. Didn't think Lindsay and I would never... That's all in the past now. And it's made me the man I am today. Just like Ketan will be the man he's supposed to be. I'm not letting the Kabali completely off the hook, though. Cunel told me there wouldn't be any more secrets, and then they kept this from me. If the Kabali want to be a part of the Delta Quadrant community, they need to be more forthcoming about who they're adding to their families. These men and women aren't getting a choice. Maybe rebirth is a gift, but it's a gift people should have the right to reject. Ketan has been sent back to Kabali Prime to finish the process of rebirth. In the meantime, the Kabali have agreed to make their list of currently held bodies public knowledge.
anyone who wishes for their dead not to be turned into Kabali will have the body returned to them. Thank you for all your help with this. This was very personal for me to deal with, and I'm glad I had someone like you at my side to help me through it.
I'm currently on leave from Voyager, and I was passing near the Hopus system in a shuttlecraft when I picked up some odd energy readings. I took a detour to investigate. You can't be too careful where Hopus is concerned. But I wouldn't mind some help. Can you rendezvous with me at these coordinates? Having a real starship here would be a big help.